Hey guys, welcome back to Python 0 to Hero lectures, and in this lecture I'm going to discuss key data types. Data types are the basic building blocks when it comes to construction of big pieces of code. First, we're going to look at all the possible data types in Python. That will give us more knowledge about them for the future lectures. We're not going to go in depth about them, just a slight overview, because the lectures coming up after these lectures, this lecture, are going to go more in depth about the data types that I'm just simply overviewing in this lecture. So let's get right into it. So here I have a table containing all the data types. On the left is the name of the data type, on the middle is the type, and on the right is the description. So the first one is integers. Its type is int and it's a whole number such as 5, 10, 300. Second one is floating point. Its type is float and it's numbers that have decimal points such as 10.2, 21.3, and 7.1. Third is strings. Its type is str and its ordered sequence of characters like hello world and initial. Strings can be numbers as well. However, they need to be put inside quotations. It can be inside a single quote or a double quote like this. Next is list, and its type is list, and it is an ordered sequence of objects. As you can see here, it's inside a square bracket. Inside the list can be various types of objects, and each one is separated by commas. As you can see here, there's an int, there's a string, and there's a floating point. Next is tuples. Its type is tup, and it's an ordered immutable sequence of objects. They look a lot like a list, however the difference is that they're immutable and they use parentheses, as you can see. Next is set. Its type is set and it is an unordered collection of unique objects. They are a little similar to dictionaries, but however they don't have key value pairs, which makes them different. So let's jump into the next one, which is dictionaries, and its type is dict. Dictionaries are a data structure that can store data types that are different to them, so they can also store other types of data types. Instead of having an ordered sequence, they have an unordered key value pairs. Dictionaries are similar to lists and other datasets. However, they allow you to name the value. So you can see here, this is the value and this is the name of the value. So when you want to call this value, you don't need to know the index value. You simply just know the name and you can call the value. Next is booleans, and its type is bool and is logical values that indicates true or false. Just make sure you keep the T capital and the F capital because that type of syntax is really important for Python. So these are all the basic data types in Python. As mentioned before, I did not go in depth on them. This is simply a very basic overview, and the following lectures are going to go in depth on these data types. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next lecture.